Hey, we're back at the top again today with yet another type to go back over and see what Pokemon Sun and Moon did to improve on it. Back in week 25, we looked at a very natural type. It's been a long time since that video though, but I did say go over every type and see what the 7th generation did to mix things up, while also going over what I said to see if any of those ideas made any sense at all. With that, let's greenly go where no person has gone before, as we look at the Grass type, the 6th type we look at from nearly a year ago. You know what we start with when we start these videos out. We always go over the new Pokemon that were added, and the Grass type had its own handful of new Pokemon. We're going to start off with the Lurantis line, which that was probably the hardest freaking trial in the game, as well as Serena, because we really needed another one of those type of Pokemon. But those are the mono-type ones. We also have new dual-type Pokemon, like Decidueye, who is a Grass Ghost type. We have Shiinotic, who is a Grass Fairy type. Tapu Bulu, who's a Grass Fairy type as well. But we also have the Ultra Beast Kartana, who is Grass Steel. But we also have a Ghost Grass type in Delmise. Aha, but I did miss one thing, and that is Alolan Executor, a Grass Dragon type. I forgot about it because I couldn't see him because his head's in the clouds. How am I supposed to know where he is? And then right after we go over the new Pokemon, we go over the moves. And there's a little bit of an issue here with the Grass type. Other than the Z move Bloom Doom, we have 4 new moves. None of them are special, unfortunately, and a lot of these are signature moves. The only non-signature move, of course, is Leafage. It's a 40 base power move where the user attacks by pelting the target with leaves. So I can imagine this is more like the Ember of the Grass type. Or Water Gun. Is Water Gun base 40? I don't really remember off the top of my head. We also have Solar Blade. It was a physical move, base 125, and in this 2-turn attack, the user gathers light and fills a blade with the light's energy, attacking the target on the next turn. So it's a physical Solar Beam. The only problem is it's the signature move of Lurantis. We then have Strength, a status move where the user restores its HP by the same amount as the target's attack stat. It also lowers the target's attack stat, so that is actually a pretty good move. Too bad that only Shiinotic can get it. And the last one, of course, is Trop Kick, a 70 base power move where the user lands an intense kick of tropical origins on the target. This also lowers the target's attack stat, and that'd be cool and all, but it's the signature move of Serena. So there's a lot of signature moves that were added that were new in this series of Pokemon games. With every new generation, old Pokemon, no matter what the type, get updates. The Grass type is no different, however, there's only a small pool of Pokemon that actually got updates. Executor and Simisage, to be exact. Executor's special defense, of course, going up from 65 to 75, and Simisage is now able to learn Frenzy Plant, similar to the other 2 elemental monkeys who are able to learn the Hyper Beam equivalent of their typing. Now let us go back and look at the previous video and compare what I said with the updates that GameFreak gave with the Grass type. Normally, my predictions don't do too well. I do get some right, but I've never gotten them all wrong or all right, so it's a mixed bag. So let's go ahead and begin here with the first prediction, and what I said was, so basically the Grass type is mainly used for its defense, but barring a few offensive Pokemon such as Superior, not much is threatening offensively. And then I went on to say that if we could get some new ability or a different move on a Grass type, or even more offensive Grass types, that would be the best thing possible. And I think we did. We got things like Tapu Bulu, technically Lurantis, Serena. There's a lot of them. Alolan Executor. There's a lot of offensive Pokemon. However, we're kind of missing the speed on these Pokemon. A lot of these Pokemon are more bulky, which can work, but it's a little hard unless you're running a bulkier team or Trick Room. Now, my next prediction and hope was that when everybody saw Rowlet, everybody loved him. Then again, everybody loved Chespin as well, but then they saw his eager face. So, I was hoping that Rowlet wouldn't take the same path. And everybody thought that when they saw Dartrix, sort of, not as a big of an outrage as Chespin's eager face. But then everybody saw Decidueye and everyone was like, Oliver Queen will save this city! So, I like to chalk that up to a win. The other prediction, I was saying that the grass type was being held back offensively, and I was mentioning it had 5 weaknesses while having 7 resistances. So when you're in and hope to do some damage, all they need to do is bring in something that resists or hits it for super effective damage. No wonder you see only a few grass types hitting hard. Superior. Or on top of Bulu as well. And the only unfortunate thing about this is that most of the resists and weaknesses make sense. Anyway, the best bet that even remotely makes any sense at all would be to remove the resistance to grass or flying. But that's what I did say, and of course, no other type changes were made in regards to the type chart. So, hey, wishful thinking. And with that, we can look at how the grass type stacked up with all the other types. And it got 2 out of 1, or 2 out of 3. So, I mean, that's actually pretty good. Pretty good. Always at the end of these videos, we go back and look at the type chart to see if Sun and Moon ever crossed off anything off this list of types, combinations that have yet to be made. And for the grass type, there were just only 3. There were Fire Grass, Grass Electric, and Grass Dragon. That's not that many types left, and we did actually check one off because Grass Dragon, which was already used for Mega Sceptile, can actually be checked off now that we have Alolan Exeggutor. Now, I know this type chart takes in account for forms, but Alolan Exeggutor is an entirely different, I wouldn't say a different species, but it's definitely a different entity in itself, rather than Mega Sceptile, which is, it's just a Mega Pokemon. It doesn't learn anything new, it doesn't have any new abilities, and that's why I count Alolan forms for this chart, and not other forms or anything else, you know? Now that we're done weeding the place, that's all the changes and the updates to the grass type. What changes do you like? What do you dislike? And what would you have changed? Am I too high for you? Wait, why would I be that? I don't know, I'm not. Let me know in the comments section below. If you enjoyed, don't forget to show your support by dropping a like from the top. And subscribing if you don't want to miss any other types that we cover. Let me know what type you want to see next, as I am once again going through every single type yet again. With that, yet again, I want to thank you for watching yet again, and I hope to catch you back at the top yet again, because that's how we do what yet again? Why did I say and type yet again so many times? What is wrong with me?